Hi, in this episode of Toysbackzen, I'm going to show you a haul that I picked up today. I actually went to the Hamilton Comic Con 2024, and well, we'll talk a little bit about that here in a second. And then after that, me and my kids and their friend, we actually ended up going to a local flea market just 5 minutes down the road. So let's just talk about the Comic Con here for a second. I've been to quite a few Comic Cons, but this is the first time I ever went to a Hamilton Comic Con. I think it's a pretty new Comic Con. And other than some of the celebrities that were there, for one was Sergeant Slaughter. He is a big guy. I got a chance to see him. That was amazing. But there was just something missing. I found that after about a half an hour of being there, I was done. They did have some cool cars, like they had the kit, and they had the Interceptor from Mad Max, which was really, really cool. They had the Batman boat, like a full size Batman boat. And so these were full size replicas of these vehicles. There was a working R2D2, of course, some Star Wars, also some life size Star Wars dioramas you get your pictures with. When I went on the website, they didn't say that the price of the tickets would go up $5 if you bought them at the door, and so there was four of us. It cost me $100 to get myself, my older son, my younger son, and his friend into the Comic Con, and I think that's a little too expensive for what was actually there. So I am a toy collector, and I was looking for toys, and that's what I did. So let's take a look at what I got here. I got a Battle Armor He-Man. I remember when this guy came out, I couldn't find him anywhere in my toy stores, but I picked him up for $15. I thought that was a fantastic price, and yeah, another Origins figure for my collection. Next, from the same vendor, I picked up a couple astromech droids. He had a whole bunch of bins full of Star Wars and random figures, and of course, I got right into that. That's my thing. And I got this guy. I didn't have him in my collection. I have a pretty good astromech droid collection, and this guy is really cool. I've never seen him before. He's got that electrical accessory around him. And the thing that I really like about him, he's got that clear dome. I don't have any clear dome astromech droids, and I know there was several in the Star Wars movies like that. I also picked up the second one here. I thought I might have had him, but I've got a couple red droids. This guy is more of a brownish color, brownish maroon color, and I'm pretty sure I don't have him. Actually, I'm 100% positive I don't have him. It says on his foot here he's 2011, and if you open up these little doors here on his chest, you can see some of the tools that he comes with that you can pull out. So that's great. Two more astromech droids. Now, this was a complete surprise. From the same vendor in a random bin, I found this character. I thought he was Thundercats, but he didn't look right. And, well, I figured out that he is a Black Star figure. This is the Palace Guard. And he had his backpack, his gun, and his helmet, and so that was super exciting. He's really dirty, so I'm gonna have to get some lighter fluid out and give him a good clean. But for $20, I thought this was a steal. He is missing a hose to this gun, which glows in the dark, and he also came with an alien devil of some sort, alien demon, and he doesn't have that, but I thought for $20 it was a really good deal. Now, this was the first version of this figure from Wave 1. Now, in Wave 2, they made a lot of the same figures from Wave 1, except with a spark mechanism in their chest, and actually like this version better. Next, this was another surprise. I found this New Adventures of He-Man Skeletor, and I thought he was like a new figure, but he is the later version of the He-Man figures, and he's cool. He's got his helmet, he's got his cape. I think I paid $20 for him. I thought that Origins had come out with a new version of him, And that's what I thought he was. And the guy told me as I was buying him that he was actually a vintage version. And I really wasn't sure if that was true until I got it home and checked it. Now he is missing a staff of some sort. So I've got a bunch of parts here that I'm going to try to give all these guys some extra accessories so they look more complete, even though they're not their accessories. I think it'll look good. Also from the same vendor, I picked up this Beetlejuice figure. He's pretty complete. He's got his mask here, and he's got this play feature where his head rolls down his arm, which is really strange. But I didn't have him in my collection, and I do collect these guys. I've been collecting them on and off. And it seemed like this guy was complete. He does need a little bit of a cleaning, but he was complete. It also came with the Beetlejuice caterpillar here, if I can get him out of the bag. And here's the caterpillar, and the paint's nice on his face, so that was cool. I think I paid $15 for him. So all these guys came from the same vendor. I went to the next vendor and he had some pretty nice stuff there. He had a smaller booth, but he had some pretty cool stuff there. He has some G.I. Joe, which I was super excited to see. There wasn't a lot of vendors there, but this guy was there, and I got this countdown figure. Now I think I already have him, but this guy was only $10, so I had to pick him up. He has his helmet. He was really cool, so I definitely had to pick this guy up for $10. You can't go wrong at that price. If we take a look at him closer, you can see that his paint is really, really good, really clean, and the joints are really tight, and the paint on his visor on the helmet is really nice too. So it's all original paint. I can't see that anybody touched these up. Now I think I already have him, but I picked him up anyway because I thought he was in fantastic condition. I'll have to check to see what kind of condition my other one is. Now with the same vendor, he had some Action Force figures, and I believe this one is Chopper. I believe this is Chopper, yeah. And this is an SAS figure. You can see the SAS on both of his arms, and the paint on this is really, really good. I always pick up Action Force when I see them because you never find them here in North America that often, so that was amazing. I paid $25 for him because he is in great condition. Now I also picked up this Frogman. This is also Action Force, and he was $10. I think his name is Barracuda, but I'm noticing that he is missing his flipper on his left foot there, which really sucks. And neither one of these guys has any of their accessories, but just the fact that I found them in North America here is pretty amazing. So I'm really happy that I saw these, and for $10, why the heck not? Now he still has the SAS on his chest. It looks really, really good. You can see up close there. It looks really nice paint. A little bit of paint wear on his nose. I'm going to have to get some paint out and touch that up. I have been collecting the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and I got Strongheart here. He's got the battle action, and his paint is really good. He's in really excellent condition, and I already have him already, but I don't think he's got the action on the back, so I'll have to pull him out of the collection and we'll bring him down and show you the difference between the two. I didn't even know they made two of them until I got it home and noticed I already had one in my collection without the battle action. And from the same vendor again, we have the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Bowmark. I've got about 4 or 5 D&D figures now, and this is going to add 2 more to the collection, so it's pretty awesome. These were a little bit more pricey. Bowmark was $35 and Strongheart was $15, but I think he gave me a deal. I think everything that I bought from this vendor came to $105 and he gave it to me for 85. So I thought that was a great deal. Because of the Comic Con was not that great. We didn't stay for very long, and I didn't find very much. And there's just not that much there that I thought was interesting, other than Sergeant Slaughter was really cool, and the real world cars were cool. They had some Daleks there from Doctor Who, and so it was still a cool adventure, but for the price, I didn't think that it was worth it. So we just kind of left early and we drove home. It was about a 20-minute drive. And I asked the boys if they wanted to go to the flea market, which is 5 minutes the other direction past where we live, and they said they did. And I'm really happy we went there. There was some treasures that I found, and I haven't been there for almost a year. And I'm really happy that I stopped in to see what they had. I drive by it almost every weekend, and I just haven't been there this summer because it was pretty busy summer. I actually didn't hit any flea markets, any toy shows, anything like that, which is the reason why I haven't had any videos on vintage figure hauls this summer, is because I didn't really get a lot. But at the flea market, I found this for $5. This is Frankenstein's. This is the Super 7's Reaction Frankenstein monster. And I think this is an older version. There was obviously the 4 monsters, so they did the 5 points of articulation. And this was pretty cool. Now the back of this card is in pretty rough shape. The guy had it for 7 and I offered him 5 and he happily took it. So I'm happy that I was able to get this. I thought I could find a date on this because I think this is an early release, but I don't see a date on it at all. The coloring on this is really, really weird, really strange. I don't know if I'm going to take it out of the card or not. I might. Some of the Super 7 stuff I do take out of the card, and sometimes I leave it in the card and put it on the wall. But for this one, I think I'm just going to take it out of the card and put it on my shelf instead of taking up all that real estate on my wall. I'll save that for vintage figures. And this I got for $5. You can see the tag there. This is a die-cast metal convertible robot converts to machine with movable action parts. This looks a lot like a GoBots toy, and I'm not really sure. I think at one time somebody told me that these you could get at the Esso gas station, and they sold them at the gas stations, and a lot of people had them. I'm not sure if they were made by Mattel. I don't think, it doesn't say on it that they were imported by Ganesh Imports. That was a cool find for $5. I could not pass that up, especially the fact that it's on a card. I probably will be taking it out though. And then the next vendor I went to, he had this figure here. This is a Jurassic Park figure. And the only reason why I got him is because he has his backpack. I already have this figure, and I have the net, but he had the backpack, and he had this gun beside him, so I purchased him for $2. And then I got this guy here. This is a Remco U.S. Forces Karate Star, and he's in pretty bad shape. He's missing a thumb. I think it's 1983 Remco, but I got him for $2. So I thought he was a steal, actually. I've been picking up a lot of these Remco 3 3/4 O-ring figures lately, and not even realizing what they are until I get them home and read on the side of their legs it says Remco. I'll probably do a restoration video on this guy and fix him up and get him painted and fix his thumb. I think it would be a really great figure to do that too. So there's one more really great thing that I picked up at this flea market. This guy had a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff, and for the most part the flea market is an outside flea market, but there's a couple big buildings there, and he said he had some vintage G.I. Joe stuff in one of the buildings, and so that streaked my interest really quickly, and I told him I would go take a look and see if there's anything that I was interested in. He said he had a Sky Striker, and he also had some figures. Now, the Sky Striker was in pretty good condition, and it had a couple figures in it that was included, but what caught my eye was this Cobra Commander. He is in really good condition. His logo looks really, really good, but I did notice that the silver mask was repainted, but he did come with a gun. His paint is really good. His right arm is a little yellow, which is kind of weird how that one part went yellow. But for 20 bucks, I couldn't say no. I think I have a gun here somewhere. If we look in here, yeah, I've got a battle pack replacement gun. So I'm going to put that with him, and he'll be complete, and that'll be amazing. So that was a great find. He had some other figures there. He had a moccasin driver, and for some reason he wanted like $80 for that figure, and he was as good condition as this. So not sure where his pricing was coming from. So before I wrap this up, I just want to show you the difference between the two D&D Braveheart figures here. You can see this guy is the guy I just got, and this guy I had him in my collection. And this guy is really loose. This guy is nice and tight, and you can see he's got the battle action here for his sword. And his paint is just minty mint. So I have both versions. That's really nice, but I do like him the best with the action, with the battle action. So I got this Alan Grant figure here, and he came with his backpack, but I do have the net that comes with him, and it fits in this backpack. He also came with a pterodactyl or something like that, so that's really cool. He might have had a couple other things, but this kind of completes this figure. Even though I already had him in my collection, I just got him for the backpack. Now for this Skeletor, I'm going to give him this big, I don't even know if it's going to fit in his hand. I was thinking he could hold that. That looks pretty cool. I think that goes with Batman or something like that. And do I have any swords here? Now I was thinking about giving my D&D figures these swords, but they're just not the right style swords, I don't think. Let's see what this guy has. Well, it kind of fits in his hand. It's just not the right style sword, I don't think. But I just wanted to show you the battle action with the sword. That looks really good. Cool. So there you go. There is my toy haul today. I had a really good time. And if you guys know whose gun this is, let me know. It looks like Masters of the Universe, or maybe even like newer G.I. Joe. Be cool to find out what that is. So thanks for watching this episode. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know what you think of these toys, and if you have any information that I don't know about what I got here today. See you in the next video. Bye.